Good morning, my lovely Mystic Tribe. I am Mystic Jen, and we are here for some more tarot readings concerning this conflict going on in Ukraine and Russia. Now, as I continue my series, I have been going through a lot of the comments and just going through and trying to pick out topics that really needs to be looked into. Today, I am veering away from that for today, because there is another news story coming up on CNN. I'm not a fan of CNN because they typically in the past have told you what politics wanted you to hear. Okay, I always felt that their mainstream media was in the politicians' pockets. Anyhow, but they came up with something today. I just saw this, that okay, there was another bombing of a civilian housing. Putin continues to break national law, international law. NATO is still taking a stance of they are providing support with everything except for no NATO troops on the ground in Ukraine and no NATO planes. However, what I want to look into is the topic of this video that I saw on CNN was will Putin attack NATO countries? And one of the top officials from NATO kind of dances around and just says, well, we've got troops in the Baltic states protecting the border, sending a message that there's no misunderstanding in Moscow, that you can't come into the Baltic states. I feel a shift in the energies. So I kind of want to do an updated video, a whole video on the Baltic states, see what's going on, because it seems like that they could be a threat. That's what I'm feeling in spirit. And I want to see what's going on. Is NATO right? Or is NATO going to have a miscalculation and underestimate Putin? Is Putin going to have huge balls the size of watermelons to march into any NATO country? They did say that 50% of the world, half the world, is part of NATO. That NATO is stronger than ever before, the strongest alliance in history. And they're not going to deal with all these civilians. Putin will be brought to trial. He will be made to pay, because they have not seen civilians attacked like this since World War II. NATO stands about aiding Ukraine by not becoming part of the conflict is because they're afraid that it will escalate and become a total blown out war in Europe with a lot of countries involved, a lot more loss of life, a lot more loss of civilian life, death, destruction, because Putin does not have any regards to human life. And we've all seen that. So, now that you've got my little bit of an intro of what I'm doing in this video, let's get to the cards, shall we? And I want to know, first of all, we're going to ask, point blank, will Putin attack any NATO nations? NATO wants to just keep it in Ukraine, does not want it to expand into any other countries. That's why they're not giving physical military aid, no troops or anything. So, let's see. Will Putin, in the near future, let's specify that. Because I could say, it might be 20 years from now, maybe it's not Putin, maybe it's Russia, and they go into the Baltic states, you know. Let's just say Putin in the near future, will he be going into any NATO countries? In the near future, will he go into NATO NATO countries. Okay, we do have the Five of Pentacles here. Okay, that is about the sanctions, I believe. Okay, because NATO is having the stiffest sanctions ever in history on Russia. We have the Two of Wands in the reverse. Okay, in the near future, this is already looking like a no. Because the Two of Wands in the reverse is, you know, this is upright. This is somebody who is thinking, who is planning. What I'm getting is it has crossed Putin's mind to go into NATO countries. Whether it's Poland or the Baltic states. And I'm feeling more towards the Baltic states at this point. He's really was taking a look at it. In the reverse, there's a hold on that. So in the near future, I'm not feeling that really that there is. He's feeling the financial pinch to a point, but he does have aid, as I said in another video. He has aid from China, but his people are, his troops lack supplies. His troops are not physically healthy. That's another issue. Six of Cups. Okay, so the Six of Cups is that nostalgic feeling, that thinking about the memories. So he's still in that mindset of wanting the Soviet Union back. But the problem is the Baltic states is part of NATO. Okay? He's thinking about the memories, but I think the Baltic states, I think NATO is off the, yeah. Okay, we have the Ace of Wands. He's passionate about the past. Six of Pentacles. They're showing me that this whole conflict is a crime of passion. It's a war of passion. Passion about the memories. The old Russia. But with the Five and the Six of Pentacles, he is definitely looking, he's looking at the financial aspect also. And I don't want to say Putin's getting a conscience, because he's not obviously really getting a conscience, but he is aware of the financial aspect of Russia, of his own personal assets, if he attacked a NATO country. And what I feel is going on here, he's not making a move at this point, but it's in his mind, it's his passion, it's his dream with the Ace of Wands. He wants a new beginning, he wants a new Russia, he wants, let's say, a new version of the old Russia. We'll put it that way, that's a good way of putting it. A new way of the old Russia. He has some other ideas, but he's very passionate about it. He still thinks about the way things used to be. But with the Six of Pentacles, with a scale, he's weighing things out. Almost like cause and effect, okay? He's crazy in the head, but at the same time, he's not stupid. Okay, Putin is crazy, but he's not stupid. Nine of Pentacles. That's it. So, we have, he knows that everybody would be against him, but this is about also the Ukrainian people fighting for their freedom. They're passionate about their freedom. Putin wants to Trump. What's the word? Stomp. We'll use stomp. Stomp out Ukraine's freedom and freedom of all those nations. They used to be part of the USSR. Okay. See what else comes up here. So I almost want to say, okay, Ace of Pentacles. So there's definitely something new coming out of this war. Okay. I think there's going to be world changes. But at this point, I don't see him attacking any NATO countries. Yeah. No, he's resting on it. He's thinking about it. He's contemplating. But he's not acting. Okay? With that Four of Swords underneath. He's not acting at this point. So in the near future, no. He is not going to try to invade or attack a NATO nation. I think he's weighing out the consequences and the stakes are a little bit too high for him. Okay, they want another card to come out. What is it? Six of Wands. Or Six of Swords, I'm sorry. So there is a sense of balance. They're saying that he will probably end up retreating back into Moscow. Okay. That's good. But he's definitely not a happy camper. Four of Cups. Nope. But Putin is caught up in his emotions. That's a bad thing. Putin and the Russians did take that nuclear plant, power plant. They captured it. It was on fire. That's something that is a concern of NATO as well, and a concern of the war, of the world. Okay. Yeah, that is a reckless situation there with him in charge of that power plant. And I'm trying to think, this video might be a short one. Because the answer, okay. How long is it? I'm trying to get a Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is slow moving. It's not as slow as the Knight of Pentacles. I feel that they're not giving me a specific time frame of when this conflict is going to end. It's going to drag on for a little bit. Could be months. Okay? But Spirit is being quiet right now. So I think I'm going to leave the reading at this. I know this is shorter than my normal readings. But we got our answer. Putin is not going to be moving into NATO territories. Until next time, I love you all, and blessed be.